Good morning, all of you. Today, our topic is learning pedagogy. This is the most important topic. In this topic, today we are discussing the most important subtopics: meaning and characterization, reinforcement and transfers of learning, okay, and readiness and motivation. This is a part 1, okay. Tomorrow we discuss about the part 2. In part 2, we discuss about the behaviorism, cognitivism, constructivism, Pavlov, Thorndike, Skinner, Bandura, and John Paget, Vygotsky. Okay. Today our topic is learning pedagogy part 1. First of all, observe here the table: experience, process, change, practice, and transfer. Okay. This table is most important for the learning definition. Okay. First of all, what is the meaning of learning? Learning is relatively enduring change of knowledge, skill, attitude, understanding, or behavior potential produced by experience, practice, study, or interaction. Example. First of all, you can think example. A child learns to read by practice. Okay. A child learns cycling through practice. A person learning good manners, experience, and guidance. First of all, experience. A child have some experience about the one subject and he process. Suppose a student have little bit of confusion in mathematics geometry. He learnt a formula but he did not understand. Then he asked his teacher and practice and he completely transfer in that subject from 0 to 1. Okay. This is called the learning, meaning of learning: experience, process, change, practice, and transfer. Okay. Relatively permanent is safer than permanent. Okay. Temporary effects of fatigue, illness, or drugs are not by themselves evidence of learning. Suppose one student have a little bit of fever, but on that time he written one examination. In that examination, he got only 4 marks out of 10. Okay. This is not consideration of the evidence of the learning. After some days, next week, he read the topic again and write another examination. He will got 8 out of 10. Okay. Therefore, change of knowledge. Learning is relatively enduring change of knowledge, skill. Okay. This is the definition. Next, another example also here. A student first learns a meaning of the fractions and practices, receives a feedback, and later uses the fraction in a real life recipe. Okay, this is the example also. Next, what learning is not. Okay, temporary performance fluctuation due to tiredness. Suppose one student went to games and he played very well. After completion of that games, he went back. But on that time, the teacher is conducting one examination. In that examination, the student will get only 3 marks out of 10. Why? Because his tiredness and illness. Another day, suppose he complete the topic and he written examination, he will get 9 out of 10. Okay. The trick is experience plus practice is equal to change. E plus P is equal to change. Okay. Intentional and incidental. These both are most important. Intentional learning. Learning with goals. Here one example. Our teachers are targeting the UPSC Principal post or Vice Principal post. This is the study for an examination. It is the intentional. Incidental learning, unplanned learning. Suppose our teachers went to any classroom but another teacher is explaining another topic. That's very nice. He incidentally learned some important points on there. Managed by observation. Okay. This is called the intentional. Intentional means goals oriented. Incidental, unplanned learning. Okay. Next, Characteristics of a learning. It's change a behavior, knowledge, skill, attitude and understanding. Experience based and active. Okay. Learning is continuous and lifelong. Learners differ in place, prior knowledge and needs. Relatively permanent and enduring. Often purposeful but can also identical. Learning can occur formally, informally, non-formally. Here you understood. Okay. This is the most important trap. Okay. Learning is always permanent. It's 100% is wrong. Learning is continuous and lifelong. Learning is always intentional. It's wrong. Why? Because already we read here intentional and incidental. Okay. And next one, learning is only memorization. 100% is wrong. Why? Because learning, experiential learning. Okay. Therefore, it is wrong. All students learn at the same rate. 100% is wrong. Why? Because there are two students. A and B. A skill and experience, his learning style is 55%. B is 25%. Therefore, different types of rates. You can observe in your classroom also different types of students. Okay. Next example. Two students learn the same algebraic idea at different speeds. One student, A student within 10 minutes, B students 30 minutes. Why? Because their prior knowledge. A students have some experiential knowledge and previous knowledge and attention. A students have more interest and motivation and learning pace of difference. B students have less knowledge and less interest, whatever may be. Okay. This is the comparing between A and B. Next, factors affecting the learning. Here, most important point here, learning main motto is learner and teacher and enrollment and practice and motivation. The first one, learning. The learner must be interested about the learning. Okay. And teacher is also take care about the topic and student whatever may be. And enrollment. What about the student's enrollment? He has reading habit and he has personal whatever may be. His enrollment is good or not. Why? Because in some societies are not interested to read. They are playing much more, whatever may be like that. Practice. That student regularly doing practice or not. And motivation. His internal motivation and outside of the motivation. Some teachers are giving regular motivation to students. Then the learning will be increased. Okay. Factors here you can observe. First of all, prior knowledge. The student have prior knowledge or not. Intelligence, aptitude and individual differences. Attention, interest, whatever may be, and memory. Interest, readiness. The student is ready or not regarding health and emotional state, whatever may be. Self-concept and confidence and learning space. Second one, psychological factors. Attention and focus. What about his focus? He is completely focused on the subject or not? Or he is thinking another way also, whatever may be. Perception. Meaning depends on the how information is interpreted. And memory and motivation. Next, environmental factors. Physical, light, ventilation, temperature, noise, seating and accessibility. Social, what about his peer groups, his friends, what about the family, teacher and student relationships. Some teachers are encouraging the students regularly, then the students will be got good positions, whatever may be, good marks, whatever may be. And what about the school climate? Learning resources, books, TLMs, digital boards, whatever may be. And opportunities to practice. Teachers factors, next one. Subject content knowledge. Teacher is giving complete knowledge to the students or not. And pedagogical knowledge and appropriate methods. Clear communication and questioning. Feedback, scaffolding and classroom management. Scaffolding means immediate support. Small support, whatever may be. High expectation with support, not labels. high expectation with support. Okay, you can observe another. What is mean by scaffolding? What is mean by scaffolding? Scaffolding simple meaning temporary support. Temporary support. It is called the temporary support. Example. What is the example? Suppose a student have a little bit of doubt in maths. Then the teacher gives a hint. Teacher gives the first step. Then the student complete the sum. This is called the scaffolding, temporary support. Okay. Next. Readiness for the learning. What is meant by readiness? Ready to learn. There are 4 components. The first one is cognitive. It is called the mind. Prior knowledge, attention and thinking. Next one is physical. It is called the body maturity, health and physical capability. The third one is emotional. What about his state of mentality? Confidence or not, security, willingness and emotional. What is the motivation? Interest, goal, need and desire to learn. Principal teacher application. Use diagnostic assessment. Use diagnostic assessment. What is meant by diagnostic assessment? Before start a lesson, teacher asked some questions to that students. Then the students are saying some important points about the topic. Then the students are ready. This is called the diagnostic assessment. What about the formative? Formative. When the lesson is going, on the time the teacher is asking about the questions, it is called the formative. What about the summative? After completion of the lesson, after completion of unit, they are giving some questions. This is called the summative. Okay. Next, identity pre-request gaps. Okay, provide target remedial support, then introduce a new concept and recess of the intervention. Next example. Before teaching algebraic equation, teacher checks whether students can handle integers, fractions and basic operations or not. Okay, this is the example. Next one, motivation. In motivation, arouse, direct and sustain. What is meant by arouse? Start effort. Arouse means start effort. Direct means choose path. Sustain means keep going. Keep going. Start effort, choose path and keep going. Okay. There are 2 types of motivations. Intrinsic motivation. Intrinsic means inner, within the learner. Within the learner. Driven by the curiosity, interest, enjoyment, master and satisfaction. You can observe some topics are students are very interested. What are they? Cricket, movies, whatever may be. And some chapters, maths, science. In maths and science also, some topics they are very ready, very curious. Okay. Example, solving a mathematical puzzle because the challenge is enjoyable. This is called the intrinsic motivation. What about the extrinsic motivation? It comes from the external consequences. Marks, prizes, certificates, prize, recognition. Example, one student is complete his homework, then the teacher given a pen, gift as a pen. It is the extrinsic motivation. Suppose one student got the 65 marks in that subject out of 80, then the teacher given a certificate, then it is called the extrinsic motivation. Next, effective motivation. Set clear and meaningful goals. Give students appropriate choice and voice. In your classroom, some teachers will talk to some important questions about the students, and they are asking some questions to students. On that time, teacher given to all the students to talk about the choice and questions also, answers also. They are giving permission. Okay, and they are given voice. Every student will talk in the classroom. That is the main concept. Okay, recognize effort and improvement, not only rank. Suppose some students will write in examination very extraordinary. Some students will speak in classroom, but on that moment The teacher will recognize the student effort and improvement. Connect learning with real life purpose. Okay. Use specific construct feedback. Principal level role. Build a supportive school climate. Encourage teacher autonomy and innovation. Use achievement data to identify barriers. Promote participation and student ownership. Avoid humiliation and motivational strategy. Okay. Next. Reinforcement, punishment. Reinforcement means increase behavior. Increase behavior. There are 4 types. The first one positive reinforcement, second one reinforcement, third one punishment, fourth one no reinforcement. Positive reinforcement. Its meaning add. First of all, I am giving example. What is meant by positive reinforcement? Student answers correctly, then teacher praises. Student gets good marks, then teacher praises. Employee perform well, then manager appreciate the work. Then it is called the positive reinforcement. In positive reinforcement, add something desirable, then behavior increases. Negative reinforcement. Remove something unpleasant. Behavior also increasing. Here you can observe behavior here also increase. In in reinforcement and positive reinforcement, behavior increases. Examples. Negative reinforcement. Student complete the homework. Teacher stops giving extra practice work. Driver wears a seat belt. Then irritating warning sound stops. Students maintain silence. Then teacher stops giving repeated warnings. Okay. These are called the negative reinforcement. Next, punishment. It is not a reinforcement. Most important point, punishment is not a reinforcement. Okay. Next, transfer of learning. This is also most important. Positive learning, negative learning and zero learning. What is meant by positive transfer? I am giving first of all one example to you. A child learned the cycling, then motorcycle learning, positive transfer. A child learn computer basics, then he can learn easily new software. A child learns swimming, then other water sports he has no problem. He can easily manageable. Okay. The definition of positive transfer means previous learning helps new learning. Okay. Arithmetic supports algebra. Okay. Next, negative transfer. Previous learning interface with new learning. Okay. Example. Drive on left, drive on right. Drive on left, on drive on right. Left hand writing habit and right hand writing habit. Cricket bowling and baseball pitching. These are the negative transfers. Okay. Next, zero transfer. Previous learning has no significant effect on the new task. What is the main example? Suppose you learned history, learning swimming. There is no transfers. There is no positive, there is no negative. Learning cricket and learning grammar. Okay. This is called the zero transfers. Next one, assessment. First one, diagnostic assessment. Already we discussed. Usually before instruction of a new unit. Okay. Why? Because it finds prior knowledge, misconceptions and gaps also. What is the purpose? Decide what support is needed. When a teacher class शुरू करने के पहले, एक चैप्टर शुरू करने के पहले 1 or 2 questions पूछ लिया उसी टॉपिक के बारे में. Then all the students are given some question answers whatever may be. Then the teacher decide, okay, the students have some knowledge about this topic, then I will continue. Suppose any misconception or any gap about the topic, then the teacher will clear first of all the gaps, then he can start the topic or unit. Okay, this is called the diagnostic assessment. Next one, formative assessment. It's during learning. Checks understanding and gives feedback while there is still time to improve. Suppose एक लेसन चल रहा है, वो लेसन चलने समय टीचर ने बच्चों को कुछ क्वेश्चन पूछा, बच्चों आंसर्स दे रहे, ओके, टीचर विल बी गो ऑन दिस वे. एग्जाम्पल क्वेश्चनिंग, okay, like that. Summative assessment. Summative assessment usually at the end of a unit, after completion of the lesson, student teacher will ask the questions whatever may be. It's judges achievement after instruction. These three are most important: diagnostic, formative and summative. Okay, it's simple difference, one line difference. Diagnostic, where are the gaps? Diagnostic means where are the gaps. Formative means how are we doing? Why? Because it's during the learning. Okay, lesson चलने समय हम कर रहे format को. The third one is summative. Summative means what has been achieved after completion of the unit. Okay, it is called the summative. Next, principal level application. If students perform poorly, do not immediately label them as weak. Okay, review assessment evidence, check readiness and prior knowledge, motivation and engagement, review teaching strategy and classroom enrollment, check practice and feedback and resource, plan intervention and assess outcomes. Principal as a pedagogical leader, use classroom observation and evidence, support teachers with feedback and follow-ups, promote productive and inclusive learning spaces, ensure student activities, okay, match intended learning outcomes. Okay, use school achievement data for improvement, encourage reflective and collaborative practices. Okay, complete this topic in a simple paper. Complete learning flow. What teacher does? Diagnosis. Okay, explains models and provide meaningful experience. Use questioning and active learning. Provides guided independent practices, gives timely specific feedback. Assessment adapts instructions, create opportunities for applications. What the principal does ensure productive learning environment, support teachers through observations and feedback, uses achievement data for improvement, allocates resources and learning spaces, promote inclusion, collaboration and innovation. This is the most important point. Okay, next, follow-ups, interventions and outcomes. Most important points. Okay, learning is always permanent. Wrong. Is used relatively enduring. Permanent. Learning is always intentional. Wrong. Incidental learning also exists. Negative reinforcement means punishment. Wrong. Negative is equal to remove. Reinforcement is equal to behavior increase. Okay, positive reinforcement always means praise. It is also wrong. Why? Praise is only one example. Okay, punishment and negative punishment are same. Wrong. Punishment decrease behavior, negative reinforcement increase. Okay, already we discussed some more examples also. Poor performance proves poor learning. Wrong. Check fatigue, anxiety, readiness, enrollment and motivation. Okay, readiness is only physical maturity. Wrong. Cognitive, physical, emotional and motivational also. Transfer is the only positive. Wrong. Positive transfer, negative transfer and zero transfer is all recognized. Formative assessment is the only final exam. Wrong. Formative assessment, learning to improve learning. Okay, the principal's role is only administrative. Wrong. Principal is also pedagogical leader. School leadership should strengthen teaching learnership. Okay, one page rapid revision. What is meant by learning? Relatively enduring change, experience, practice, interaction, active, continuous, individual, intentional or incidental. Readiness, cognitive, physical, emotional, motivational. Diagnose, support to teach, reassess. Motivation, arouse, direct and sustain. Intrinsic means inner, extrinsic means external. Goals plus choice plus feedback plus purpose, most important. Goals plus choice plus feedback plus purpose. Reinforcement means behavior increases. Positive means adding, negative means remove, punishment means behavior decreases. Behavior decreases. Transfers. Positive means helps, negative means hinders, zero means no significant effect. Okay. Create varied applications opportunities. Principle. First of all, evidence first. Support teachers and learners. Use data, observation and feedback. Create productive learning spaces. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Tomorrow topic is learning theories. Okay. Thank you.